I've got Nicole with me today that has been working on this chair for a very long time. She's a physiotherapist with great knowledge about the function of the pelvic and how to treat pelvic dysfunctions using the pelvic power. The pelvic floor is made up of a vast number of muscles.
Mm-hmm.
How many of these muscles can we actually get to with classic exercises, and how many of them can we get to with this new intervention?
So I want to share with you a story from a lady, actually, as I was driving here today when I was speaking to her. She's got a Pelvic Power chair herself. And she said, do you know what? I couldn't feel it before. She said she didn't know what the pelvic floor felt like. Since she's had children, things have changed. The proprioception, the sensation inside has changed. But she was able, and she's had women's health physio, she's had internal examinations. She said when she sat on the Pelvic Power, it was the first time that she could feel inside exactly what she was trying to contract. And she also said that she didn't feel that she was getting the full relaxation, that full engagement and relaxation of the pelvic floor. So we know, if you think about the pelvic floor as a sling, we know that if we can get stimulation, because remember, pelvic power is working by initiating a contraction through the action potential on a nerve. So if we think about it as the nerve here, we're stimulating and that's going to the muscle, causing contraction. So we really want to be focused on not necessarily which muscles am I getting, but actually thinking, am I able to strengthen this in a better way than just using my brain and thinking, okay, I'm contracting, but you might not be fully contracting and you might not, importantly, be fully relaxing. So you're not working through the range. I'm going to just explain that in another way, just for people who may be listening and maybe don't have the understanding you do about muscles. If you imagine that the person is slightly tighter, so let's think about, for example, fecal incontinence or flatulence, so passing gas. If we think about a bicep, it's very easy for us to understand that if we were a little bit too tight, we may only be moving the bicep this far. So a full range would be like this, and this may be half the range. Now, if this muscle has been tight and only moves this bit, when we relax it initially, we're working the whole range. So sometimes what we may see is that the person has to really do a little bit of relaxation, but then strengthening through the whole range. And this is really important because when we're thinking about our sessions, we don't want to be doing 4 sessions and not getting the result. If people are coming on here, we want to be making sure that they get the result that they want. So being able to maintain an erection, or being able to go to the park and not be fearful that they haven't worn a pad that day or that they need a spare pair of clothes. If we can get them consistently doing this over a period of time, then we see really good results in their symptoms.